You guys know how this goes. Alright. Yay! Okay, sweet. We got audio. We got streaming. Let's go back over here. Wow. Alright, we're getting close to the ending, folks. Haha! Oh my goodness. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. My day was it was a day. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Oof. Okay, so I got stuff down here, stuff up here. So, let's start going this way. Start clearing all this out. Scouts? Nope, nothing. Alright, so let's start going this way first. Yeah, it's like a little path down here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. There you go. It goes to nowhere? Yeah, pretty much it. It just goes to nowhere. Yep, can't go anywhere in that direction. There's that. There's loot. Okay, Vilto. I leave you a small gift which should ease the fort's recapture from the Nilfgaardians. Do not delay the attack. The Queen will soon reach the border. By striking from the rear, we can spare the burden of the troops, hasting their march on the capital. Rivia has life in it yet. Yaropeg. P.S. Secure the hideout entrance. I don't believe the Blackclads are on our tail, but Melitiel protects those who protect themselves. Okay. I can read! Got a master's degree and I read like I'm fucking 6th grade. It's terrible. Plus my eyes are starting to go bad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm an Betty. Okay, there's crap in there. Let's go attack it. Oh, stand the battle. Okay. Sergeant Weldon Ifer of the 6th Gesso Infantry Regiment was impatient to finish his duty on watch. He first planned to empty his bladder. He then wished to empty his bottle of Temerian hotch hidden under his bunk. Unfortunately, he hadn't had the time to fulfill either desire. Upon seeing the torches of the approaching Lyrian force, he sounded the alarm. Ooh, well, at least he didn't get shot while he was peeing. At least gave him that decency. It's like the most horrible time. Okay. So, let's... Okay, this card's dirty. I'm keeping that. I want some numbers. Yes. That. That can work too. Damage an enemy,
must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Not a fan of that potato guy. Nope, not having it. Sadly, I did not get the fire row this time around, but it's okay.
101, 102, 103.
Let's see, what can I bring out? No, let's not do that.
Got a death wish?
That's when I use this bad boy right here. Oh, can I use it on him? Lame. Oh, cause he still had what's it called, a mobile or whatever. Okay, so I can push them back, that will put them on 3, and then I can move them around. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, push you back. And then let's bring you out.
Rabbit the white of an eye from half a league away.
There we go. do want to do something real quick. Give me a second, guys. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's pass. There's nothing to attack. Let's bring this bad boy back.
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
Scheiß! In
I hate that card. Unfortunately, this is a multiplying event. Watch this. So I use him on that. Another one will appear. You watch.
Off to the front yet again.
Okay, this is going to become a numbers thing. So I need to put him out.
God save the Queen!
And I can only hit him this much.
To the last!
Okay. Oh, it's that SOB. Okay, so I have two cards that I can put out there. So I can do a multiplier. Not yet.
The chase is on!
Okay, let's throw the next unit to the player in the front opponent's hand. That's fine.
Of course, as you wish, master.
So let's do this. Okay, let's put you boyo down
The
here.
helmet is not a pot turned over.
This point of view. Sending card.
Grab a glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
Unfortunately, the last one will be wasted.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
I can use him now to bring more guys out. Shouldn't do anything, but they do give me numbers.
For the Queen!
That is okay.
That was nothing but spell books.
No.
Favorite cut of lamb. Shank.
Now here's where this is gonna get stupid, right? Now, unfortunately, if I pass, he's gonna pull everything.
Wise
he's got.
choice.
Pissing in the mort? Oh, he's dead.
Order!
So I'm marking it. Alright, now here's where I have to let it go. Let it do its thing. Hopefully my numbers will be enough.
Life is mine now.
It looks like most of his men were brought up up front. I mean, I could be wrong. He could literally pull a Hail Mary pass out of nowhere.
Quiet.
Yeah, there he goes. Multipliers. Yep. He's probably gonna bring out two more. Whoa, what is that? That's a cool card. Yeah, that multiplier card makes a difference. Let me tell you what, boyo. It's nasty. Look at all this loot. Loot, loot, loot. No, over here. Over here. Wow, it's for real? How do I get to that? Okay, that looks like a game mechanic issue. Come on. There we go. Oh, that was more effort than what I should have taken. Okay, so let's head back over here. That's that dude's lifetime savings. I am not taking that nonsense. I don't need it. Okay, let's get the intel. Nope. Something around here. Oh, looks like a fight. Yep. I said another cow thing. Oh god, okay. Delirium forces came across an abandoned farmhouse. Shattered windows trace of blood in the dirt. Unattended cows trampling grain. Neves suspected either Khayos or bandits rebelling in the realms of chaotic state. Were to blame for villagers' disappearance. The true culprit, however, were rather unexpected. Destroy all the units. Hint, dangerous cows will devour anything. Hit swamp. Swamp any 2 units. Okay, so it's a puzzle. Custom deck. So, killer cows? Okay. Destroy all enemy units. Okay. So, rotten corpses, human. Every turn on your star, gain 1 counter. If this... Okay, destroy all enemy units. Are the cows considered units? Every turn on your star, consume the unit in front of this one and move 1 position to the right. So I gotta keep the cow from making it to the right. So these cannot be attacked because they have immunity. Choose a unit to start its position with another. And swap its position with another. Okay. Choose a running course and increase its counter by 1. Okay, so let's try this first. Okay, so what if the cow is? Well then. Oh. Okay. Oh, enter. Swap any 2 units. The range cow would devour anything. I'm seeing this. Cows are the devil. Yeah, they're definitely getting closer to each other, that's for sure. So I need to switch these out. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. If I could just do something different. Okay, so this doesn't allow me to switch with anything on my... I definitely lost this round. Is that it? I need to get it to... quite sure. What? Okay. Destroy all enemy units. That'll be the deranged cows. Okay. Choose a rotten corpse and increases counter by 1. Cows are truly deranged. I'm not sure what's going on here. Am I setting up this cow? Can I even move this? I can't even pick a card. I am really confused at this rule. Okay, there we go. I managed to destroy one cow, but I can't destroy the second cow for some odd reason. Okay, something tells me. Or 6. So I have to keep those corpses alive, is what it sounds like. Okay. So every time they eat a house, they increase. Okay. I really don't understand. It's probably something really simple, but I just don't get it. You know, I'm gonna skip this battle. So that you just meh. It's another pit of bodies. Okay, my queen, this pit is full of bodies. Local claim they were murdered by the Afghan forces. Killed because they sought to join your army. Ruthless bastards. Fortunately, there's nothing left for us here. We just move on. Let's not leave and bury them. Always bury the dead. Always bury the dead in this land, because it just fills the land with just creatures. It's just not a good idea. I mean, not only is it respectful to the dead, it's just you don't want all these like scavengers to come out and just chomp on those corpses. It's just bad juju.
Broadhead now loomed before Meve and her force. Once famous for its glowing forges and clanking manufactories, the city now stood silent. Why, you might ask? Because Mahakam. Decades past, it had opened its gates to human merchants and dwarven arms, exquisitely crafted and not nearly as dear as those made by man. The caravans had simply stopped coming to Broadhead.
Yeah. I mean, they said it early on, the human stuff is just trash compared to the dwarf stuff.
When its black-clad garrison spotted the Lyrians approaching, they'd hastily fled, left the city's gates open wide. Yet, they did not leave empty-handed. Their convoy comprising at least a dozen wagons loaded ostensibly to the hilt.
With what might they have fled?
With something damn heavy.
Replied Gascon, squinting his eyes.
Look at this. 2 horses to pull each wagon, and the wheels cut deep into the road.
What they've taken from my city,
Began the Queen.
they've taken from me. And I will have it back. Follow me!
Meve spurred her horse and galloped off in pursuit of the fleeing caravan. When the Blackclads realized they had no hope of escape, they planted pikes and feet, bracing for the assault.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I normally read that, I just dunked out.
Stop! Whatever you carry belongs to me!
They gain ground!
Damage
Don't
an enemy by the
save
number of allied units. Okay. Start with some basics. Draw a copy of this unit. Death Wish. Discard all copies of this unit onto the hand and deck. Oh, so... Let's see, damage an enemy by 2. Interesting. So once these are killed, discard all copies of this unit from hand and deck. Interesting. I will push it back though.
Alba! This could hurt.
Yeah, the fire will take him out.
Your life is mine now.
Let's do this, shall we? Oh, I should have thrown him back there. That's okay though.
Favorite cut aloud? The shank. Eri gloire!
That takes care of that for now.
Wise choice.
Well, can't be using that. So. Guess I'll have to bring
Ever
that
have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Order!
Hey, hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Yes, please keep beefing up the cars. Ah, I hate that crap. Okay. No cards. Let's see this.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
My boots got sand plenty in them.
Who can I get?
Looking to dance, mate?
Fortunately, I gotta do some damage.
What you
So,
looking at? I'll relieve you of that
friendly
pouch.
fire, I'm so sorry.
Got a death wish?
That's all that I have left.
Enough! I refuse to die for these scraps!
Me personally, and none too gently, shackled the Nilfgaardian commander, a young nobleman with a precisely trimmed moustache. Like many noble Imperials, he spoke fluent common.
The wagons. What's in them, Captain?
Scrap, Your Majesty.
The Imperial promptly replied. Noting the Queen's confusion, he elaborated.
To be melted down and recast into arrowheads and spear tips. Our engineers originally planned to use the foundries in Broadhead, yet these proved too primitive. We were ordered to remove the scrap, take it elsewhere.
Any pride from the victory vanished in an instant, and Meave swelled with anger, but also with shame. The shame came from realizing that to the invader her realm was naught more than a weak, underdeveloped backwater. Meave slammed the chest she'd opened shut.
Blast it. Back to Broadhead. Let's ride.
Crumbling walls, shattered windows, rotted wood. Broadhead was bleak, a dull shadow of its former self. As the Lyrians entered, the somber townsfolk glared at the arrivals and uttered not a word. Meave resolved to address the crowd.
Folk of Broadhead, you're free at last. The Nilfgaardian occupation is done.
They look like they really don't give a fuck.
Aye, and a new one starts now.
Are you madman? Don't you recognize our banners? The Lyrian army stands before you.
Oh, I recognise banners. Served neath them as a sergeant 15 long years. And then I came back to my own town. Know what I found? Hardship and squalor, your grace.
Oof.
All had gone to shite. On account of damn dwarves. Been flooding Rivia with their metal goods for years now. Us smiths don't so much as light their pipes in their foundries no more. You call yourselves the Lyrian army. Colours and banners confirm it. Well, what about your arms? Weren't forged in us fires, but in Mahakams. Empire's worst foes. Hell, I even see some at knobheads in your ranks. So what freedom's it you're giving us, your grace? Freedom to beg in common, not in Nilfgaard's mongrel tongue?
Beg? What do you want about, man?
There's no levy on goods from Mahakam. But without it, us workshops don't stand a chance. And ye, your grace, you wear their armour, bear their arms, and bring bearded bastards to our doorstep.
Okay, so this is more about economics, and we actually see this in the real world right now, especially in towns that are like coal mining towns. You see the battle back and forth, especially right now with some of the what's called the eco policies they're trying to, the green policies they're trying to pass right now, where you have certain representatives that are resisting because in their area the only economic fuel is that dirty power, and it's not just there, it's in different examples around the world. So when the dwarves opened up and provided the higher quality stuff, and they're flooded. What some of the problems we're having right now in the United States, where locally made goods cannot compete versus overseas goods. All right, they're flooding their market with their goods, and people prefer because they're probably done a little bit better. I mean, these are dwarves that live in the mountains. They have surplus of ore. They have all the supplies and stuff, so they can make better quality stuff. That's all they do. So possibly for cheaper at this point. If they're flooding the market, it doesn't go for as much, but it's definitely more durable. That's for sure. So it becomes a very economic thing. Now, in this case, the dwarves are neutral. Okay, they're technically our allies. Now, this is a war. I do what I must to win. That is true. But the fact is, the dwarves are neutral. I mean, the king pretty much saved her. But it might be kind of offensive to the dwarves that have been with us, saying that, you know, yeah, they're there, but I'm enduring them, and I don't want to really say that. The dwarves are technically our allies. You just can't say that. But in this case, I need to pick a gender neutral, or not gender neutral, a neutral answer, because I don't want to offend the dwarves that have aided me, who volunteered to come with me. I don't want to flog the man. He's just angry. He did 15 years of service to the queen just to come back to his town and publish, and he himself had become impoverished after surviving 15 years in the military, which back then, I mean, if you made it to your 40s, you're doing pretty fucking good. So there's a lot going on here. The honest truth is, this is a war. I do what I must. All right, and the fact is, she's not siding with the dwarves, but she's not. It's a neutral answer. It's the best one I could figure.
There's a war on. I do whatever I must to win.
Aye, Majesty. And you run up a debt with dwarves. A debt you'll need to repay. At the cost of your own craftsmen.
There's no pleasing this guy. He is, no matter what I say, he's not going to be happy. If I say I sided with the dwarves, he's going to be pissed. If I try to tell him I'm just literally raising a guerrilla army, he's going to be pissed. If I flog him, definitely not good.
Enough. Silence. Consider yourself lucky you've a merciful queen. I'd have had your head off by now. Move along.
Before Meave could leave the market square, Barnabas politely interjected.
Frankly speaking, there's a bit of truth to what the man says.
I'm perfectly aware of that. But what do you want?
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but perhaps I might be of some help.
Okay.
Do tell how. I'm all ears.
Everything your folk make here, the dwarves of Mahakam make twice as fast and twice as well. You must find a so-called niche, an innovation. And it just so happens innovations
are your speciality.
At the risk of being immodest, exactly. Besides, It might serve the cause of peace to show the folk here, non-humans, are not all bad, that they can help, not just steal human jobs and piss in their milk.
Again, it's pretty much the whole economy where the dwarves are making it faster. They have more resources. That sounds familiar. Overseas, you have a large labor pool that's very cheap, and they can get like a lot of resources regardless of the consequences to the environment or whatever. And they can provide cheap goods because they can flood the markets, so they can make a large amounts of content, a lot of, goods. So yeah, basic economics.
I'll consider it, Barnabas. I shall think and let you know.
Okay. And honestly, Barnabas, I can see why Barnabas wants to stay, because he's an inventor. He's not an adventurer. And Meave just keeps dragging him all over Kingdom Come, trying to free his land. So he is finding this as his opportunity to not just only to serve the Queen, but also to kind of stay out of the line of fire kind of deal.
The time came to leave Broadhead, so Meave summoned her advisors, eager to hear their counsel. They put forth ideas, many of merit, but the Queen would decide the city's future.
Okay, so the best thing that I can do right here, technically there's two things I need to do. I definitely don't want to ignore Broadhead's hardships. They are legit valid economic issues where this town is literally, and we see this all the time, where a factory closes down and the town turns to a ghost town. So he has legit reasons why he's upset. This is the place where he grew up and was hoping to be prosperous when he got out, and it's not. It's dead, and it's dreary, and it's not a good place. I can invest on the city's folly workshops, which would be great. I think I'm gonna take a luck of a draw. Just investing on the workshops is not enough. Throwing money at a problem sometimes is not enough, as we have seen recently in our own world. Having someone with ingenuity and new ideas, and like he says, creating niche items. Because if you put money in the workshops, they're going to start producing and people are not going to want them. They're still competing at a disadvantage. They have to get their ore probably from the dwarves, which means it's going to make their goods more expensive, which means they're going to end up where they're at. So, economically wise, the best thing is to entrust the city to Barnabas to hopefully bring new ideas into the area and create a niche market that will make people want to invest into this town again. So, I'm going to go with that option.
After careful deliberation, the Queen approved Barnabas's proposal. He would manage the city's ailing industry and seek to restore it to health.
Barnabas, just please, do your best not to blow it all up.
Don't you worry, Your Grace. The only boom in this town's future is that of the economic sort.
A shame I get to lose that card, but you know what? I want to see what the outcome of that.
At first, the Rivian townsfolk were skeptical of the Queen's decision, but Barnabas's schemes bore immediate fruit. Soon, the foundries and manufactories were bustling with life. Before long, Meave herself received new goods produced there.
It's not always about throwing money at the problem, it's also finding solutions to existing problems and how to modify them in order to bring new economic life into an area that their entire economic system has collapsed because they just simply cannot compete within that market. It was just economically, just makes sense. It just made sense to me. Okay, spoken, blah, blah, blah. Okay, is there anything in here? See, and this is why I watch a lot of news, because I can make informed decisions while I'm playing video games. I know, but it simply truly is basic economics, and there's a lot of examples on it in the real
no
world.
ally of gnomes or any freaks, but this Barnabas bloke, he's not a bad apple.
Nice. So she is slowly converting the town. Okay. My lady, do you see those town folks? The Rivian gold thieves who you protected for the dwarfs in Mahakam? They wish to repay you for the grace and show in the time of need. They offer to share the spoils of the mountains. Will you accept it? No. I'd rather them use it. I don't need it. At least give me something. Give me some wood or something. I mean, it's not gonna really need the wood anymore, to be quite honest. Ah, there it is. See? Don't need it no more. I am officially maxed out. Almost everything.
The wind howls like a ghastly apparition.
Uh-oh. That means we're getting close to the ending, folks. Burp. Burp. I don't want to go there yet. I want to get this piece of wood back here. Burp. Come on. There you go. Okay, gonna leave that alone just in case I need to boost my men's morale. So let's go ahead and invade this castle. Duh. Take over the castle. Take over the castle. Oh, no, no, no. We're not doing this to my peoples. No. Once General Ebdahi sees Rivia, he ordered an immediate census of the conquered population. At first, many thought the Nilfgaardian had planned to raise taxes, but the truth was in fact much worse. Before long, villages and settlements were visited by slave drivers. There were no hiding from them. They knew of every soul living there. Oof. Wow, that's wow, that is really fucked up. Do a census and then enslave everybody. That sounds like a post-apocalyptic topic. Eliminate the slave drivers. Do not let any unit die. Use the leader. It's a custom death. Well, so far they're pretty good. It's only been a few that I've... Okay, these are slaves. Oh, fuck me. Okay, of course you have immunity. And you start damage to slave foot. Okay, what do we got? Okay, cannot do that. This is the key, because these are... That's a booster.
See if he's had any coin in his pocket.
Oh, you've got
or
to
his
be kidding me.
own.
Oh, that's not good. Mark a unit after... Okay. Mark a unit. After 3 turns you start, switch the power with this unit's power. Okay.
You might have got away had you not been hauling so damn much.
Okay, what do I got going on? Boost an ally by 4. So my job is to boost her. Minus if I wait too long to set up.
This artist will be reaping black-clad heads.
Okay, so hard to the right.
Life had me flowed, now here I'm marching proud.
Alright, I can figure this out. Give a charge to the card to the right.
You might have got away had you not been hauling so damn much.
Definitely gonna boost you every run I get.
Ah!
Charge.
Life at Miss Cloud, now here I'm marching proud.
Set a unit's power equals to the units to its left. That will be bad, because that will be that. But if I set you up to me...
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
Wait. Oh, I cannot let anybody die. That's the problem. Okay, hold on.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely earrings, or do I tear them off myself?
Okay. Okay, so...
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
Not going into the fray already, are we?
Okay.
Greetings. What is it?
Let me careful.
Aye.
Okay. I cannot eliminate the slave drivers. I don't know how to eliminate them. I have nothing that can attack them. Okay, hold on. Every turn you start, damage the slave in front of you by units of 1. When damaged by a slave driver, damage the lower enemy by 1. If this unit's power is higher than the slave driver, transform slave driver into a corpse. Okay. The damage. Okay, so it's a power.
Of course I'll manage. I trained a full week.
Harness doesn't get rid of anybody. Yeah, I got defeated. I'm gonna try one more time. After that, I'll just let it go, because it's already 8:30. Alright.
Aye.
Not going into the fray already, are we?
Give one charge to the card to the right. So that only works for this.
Greetings. What is it?
I need to turn these guys into corpses, and I can't figure it out.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely earrings, or do I tear them off myself?
Something with this. Oh, now it's just gonna get attacked. Fuck.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Yeah, so I might be able to make it to the end, but I'm still not solving the puzzle. I have no fucking clue what to do.
I trained a full week.
Oh shit, definitely not what I want to do. I'm gonna skip this battle. I really don't get that puzzle. Sometimes I just don't get it. It's gonna happen. Alright, so here is, let me grab a quick break because I need a snacky. So I'll be right back. BRB. I almost killed myself. Alright, I'm back. Not with a bowl of Cheerios, but a bowl of strawberries. Strawberries. Okay. Delicious. I love strawberries. Goodness. Okay, let's play. Okay, how much more do I have on the map? I am getting so freaking close, it ain't even funny. Alright. Keeping that. So a bit too early to grab that. Can always come back. That field seems mighty open. Nope. And that's it. Ain't a squat over there. Nope. Some wood there. Alright. More positive propaganda. Okay. Your Majesty, the priest who cares for the temple has in possession a fragment of magical object. It could prove useful to us. Yet, she refuses to part with it, no matter the generosity of our offer. What shall we do? Let's give her some gold. I really want this card. I might have to go back and get that loot. Hold on, what was that? Pressure. I hate it because I just won the card, but I'll take it. Yes! What do you do? Tell me. Oh man. After 5 turns on your end, destroy 3 random enemies. Well now. But can be good. But my trinkets are maxed out. And I really like all these trinkets. They're part of my flow at this point. But I'll find a use for it. Alright. Where am I? I am there. Alright. Make sure I didn't miss anything else on the map. Yep. Nope. Nope. What was there? What was this? I don't remember this. What was this? Why didn't I go after this? Yeah, I still don't need this. My men are fine. So I had hydroponic strawberries. I mean, you can practically grow strawberries almost anywhere. Those were sweet as hell. Alright. Wait, where am I? I somehow went backwards. Up here. Jeez Louise. You know what? You're approaching an important moment in your journey. Choose to continue? Yep.
The castle of Rivia now loomed before the Lyrians. Water surrounded it on 3 sides, and dual defensive walls studded with podgy turrets completed its perimeter. It was famously difficult to take, and had changed hands only once. A few months before, when traitors opened its gates to the Nilfgaardians.
Yeah, definitely. When you have a defensive position like that, is usually an inside job.
Foreign banners waved upon the walls. The Golden Sun and General Epdahi's crest on Rivia's walls. The walls of home. There was somber silence among the troops, the glee and pride of many triumphs suddenly gone. For each knew if the Queen ordered an assault, most would lie dead by sunrise.
Your Majesty,
began Reynard in a reassuring tone.
We needn't strike quickly. We've time on our side. To prepare would be wise. 2 months, I wager. Perfectly enough. We stop supplies from getting through. They'll capitulate, I've little doubt. Or at worst, be too weak to defend the fortress.
Reynard's reasoning was sound. There was no need for urgency. Meave had the upper hand for the first time in this war.
Withdrawing is not an option at this point. Obviously, you're either withdrawing and sit on that spot. So, let's lay siege. Cut off the castle of Rivia.
These invaders have grown fond of Rivia Castle,
said Meave.
So let them stay and rot.
Yeah.
Reynard, erect road barricades and guard posts between city and citadel. Gascon, seize all boats, barges, anything that floats. Stop anything from entering from the lake.
They're gonna starve them out.
Soon, Rivia Castle stood isolated from the world outside its walls.
Oh, yeah.
All roads leading to it were blocked, impassable. Fishing boats, a cordon, embraced the fortress on Loch Escalot. The lanterns on their bows glowed like fireflies in summer. Then, an emissary from the castle brought a message for the Queen. General Epdahi wished to meet, face to face, and half the way between the citadel and the Lyrian camp.
Well, well, some general,
smirked Gascon.
He barely snapped the trap shut, yet he's already shaking in his knickers.
Meave proceeded to the meeting point without delay. A lone rider soon appeared on the horizon. He came adorned in rich black robes, their golden trim shimmering in stray sunbeams. She'd seen him before, in Edirn, through the megascope.
You came as I requested. Good. Very good.
I couldn't possibly refuse such a courteous invitation, especially as compared to your previous missive. The art of diplomacy, you've improved your grasp.
Your realm fell quickly. I expended little strength in seizing it. This left me much time to study. But please, we must set aside this bitterness. I'd like to formally welcome you to Rivia, dear Queen.
I see you've readily adopted the role of gracious host in my home.
In point of fact, I've grown fond of the castle. Fortifications impressive, atypical of the north. Not so your brave soldiers, whom we shall pick off like ducks. I pity them, in fact.
Dry your eyes, General. Rest easy. I've no plans for a quick assault. I shall first wait to hear the rumbling in your bellies.
Remarkable. You truly believe you can win this war? I've not been in the north long, but have discovered something all the same. You don't grasp complex ideas. You know Nilfgaard is large, but your minds don't fathom its enormity.
Did he just pretty much call her a hick? Holy shit, it's like a city guy telling a country folk telling he's too much of a bunkin. Wow, like it's... Never underestimate country ingenuity. And let me tell you what, I've seen some impressive stuff. Hell, our rockets were built in Alabama.
You see, for every army you defeat, another will come to take its place. One larger and better equipped than the one before.
Well, look at you flunking
Even
to be
now,
the...
as we so pleasantly chat, Army Group East is en route to lift your siege.
Jesus. This dude is really full of himself.
Due to arrive tomorrow. And do you know what will happen when they do? They will crush you against your own castle's walls, like the maddening flea you are.
A charming analogy, but get to the point. Why'd you ask for this meeting?
For this very reason.
He's gonna ask
I
her
wish
to marry
to
her.
see you with my own eyes.
They did not see enough in Edirn? Are you such an admirer of feminine beauty?
You flatter yourself. No, in you, I see an animal. Game. Prey. And as the hunt's due to start soon, I needed a more detailed image of the beast I'll be looking for.
Good lord, he's probably fapping to her image in his brain every night.
You? On a hunt? Those delicate hands have never held spear or bow. Nout sharper than a letter opener, I wager.
Ooh, just calling me out on this bullshit.
Tomorrow you will not be on a hunt. Tomorrow you will be at war. You best pray to all your gods you don't find me.
I will.
Without awaiting a response from General Ebdahi, Neve pivoted and turned toward camp. Her pace was quick, despite a heavy heart.
Oh, I should have read all the options. I didn't get a chance. I thought there was like multiple dialogues. Whoopsie. Go fuck yourself. Okay, where am I? Okay, sir, mapping. Oh my. There's no more map.
As a rule, human fortifications aren't worth a pound of shield marshite. But this fort sure turned out alright for you. Thou in hell! Got no chance against these walls.
I love his honesty. I want to talk to. Hey,
It'll be one hell of a night! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Aim here!
You dare sound the retreat, got it?
That's funny.
Let us hope this proves the war to end all wars.
Aww.
Always darkest before the dawn.
I definitely have to replay this and actually get all the characters, because I'm missing quite a few characters. At least I'm missing about 2. Wait, no. Did I miss anybody back there? Where's Reynard? My right side buddy. That's her. Alright. And go back there. Oh, excuse me. Nope. Ah, that's my 2 boyos.
Meave's closest advisors already awaited her in the command tent. In a few brief words, the Queen gave a report of the meeting, only with great effort masking the quavering in her voice.
An army, an immense one, approaches from the west. If we meet in open battle, we stand not a chance.
Oof.
Damn it! Why did no one warn me?
Our scouts were discovered, captured. It must be that.
We must flee? Not at all heroic, I admit, but sure as hell better than being trampled into the dirt.
Easily said, but for a problem. Our force is chiefly infantry. The army that draws near includes cavalry, several regiments. We cannot hope to escape them. We cannot hope to hide.
No.
What do you advise?
Guerrilla tactics.
We've 2 options. Capitulate,
Out of the question.
or take the castle. Tonight.
Suppose for a moment it's possible. Tell me how and at what cost. Are we to scale a mountain of comrades' corpses to reach the top of the wall? I know we're at war and many die, but to command our troops to take that citadel is to condemn them to certain death.
Rivia's walls are unassailable, I fully agree. But there's more than one way to take any fort, and this fort too.
I think I like where this is going.
I know this citadel like no one else. I know its one potential weakness. The boat landing.
Wait, that narrowest of piers between the 2 turrets? The one where the fishermen would land?
The same. As I'm sure you recall, Your Grace, at that narrow pier's end stands a narrow door leading straight into the fortress. A small detachment could approach unnoticed, overwhelm any sentries, and get inside.
What then?
They would need to pass through the fort to the winch in the guardhouse. Open the gate for the rest of the force.
Reynard, I'll be honest. It sounds right mad.
Perhaps. But as options go, we have it alone.
And I'm to choose to send folk there. Most certainly to die.
It's rough being a leader in this century. You pick who gets to die.
You needn't choose anyone, for I volunteer. And will take only those willing to do the very
No,
same.
Reynard, no! No, you only need vitamin D that's willing to not be scared of me.
Bloody wretched plan.
And you've a better one, do you?
Wow, he loves her so much he's literally willing to die for her. Well, he always has, but literally.
Of course. I'll go instead.
He is stealthier.
Beg your pardon? I don't.
Face it, Reynard, you couldn't sneak past a corpse. Sound like a bloody tambourine in that
armor. He's a rogue. He is stealthy. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Sounds like a tambourine in that armor. That's amazing.
Apart from which, you're Maeve's right hand. So you ought to be by her side when the fighting starts.
Honestly, to be honest, if it's a sneak and peek, Gascon is the man for the task. He really is, because if I lose him now, that's gonna suck. It might suck losing him, but dude, he escaped death once. He's very knowledgeable in guerrilla tactics. He knows how to sneak around. So unfortunately, this time I have to go with Gascon.
Firstly, Reynard, I'm grateful. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But truth be told, I did indeed hear you walking to the tent from the other side of camp.
What?
And yes, you know Riviera Castle better than anyone else. But the assault must transpire silently. Gascon will lead the force.
Understood, Your Grace.
Cheers, Maeve. I'll try not to disappoint.
You won't, I'm sure.
Don't die, dude.
Godspeed you on your way, and please, try your damnedest not to die.
Gascon hand-picked his men. Those most adept with daggers, not swords.
Yep.
Noiselessly, they glided through the dark toward the castle, the light of its lanterns blurred by the evening mist. Maeve watched anxiously as the boats glided away, her heart pounding in her ears. All depended on this mission. The fate of her realms, perhaps all the North, the lives of her troops, and her own. Now there was naught she could do but wait.
Good luck,
she whispered, gazing at the fortress walls, cloaked by the dark that seemed to surround all now. The Lyrians prepared for battle, their silence absolute, in darkness, illuminated only by the pale light of the moon. Maeve was restless. She paced nervously in a circular pattern, awaiting the signal they'd agreed upon.
Blast, it's taking long. Much, much too long.
Finally, a torch's faint glow appeared atop the towering walls. It disappeared, then glowed again, and one more time around. Maeve leapt in the air, and as she did so, barely stifled a cry of utter joy.
They made it! It worked!
Moments later, Lyrians in the hundreds burst from the trees. The Nilfgaardian defenders loaded their catapults and ballistae. They did so slowly, convinced the castle walls remained impenetrable. Then they heard chains, grinding and clinking, and the sound sent shivers down their spines. Bewildered, they watched the main gate rise as the attacking force rushed forth. General Epdahi dispatched an elite unit to take back the winch at once. Yet he saw this was in vain and all was lost when Maeve rode into the castle courtyard. Maeve had begun the day known as a great warrior. Yet by night's end, legend was the cloak she wore. Her shield stopped powerful blow after blow as her blade found gaps in her foe's black armor. At first, Nilfgaardians scoured the fray in search of the Queen, hoping to prove great heroes. Soon, she was their chief scourge, and they began to flee before her blade that sung their death.
Retroit!
Oh, they thought they're like, let's go after the woman.
What was this extraordinary vigor that surged through Meve? Naturally, she wished to liberate her castle and realm, drive off the invaders, defeat the arrogant General Ebdahi. But in that moment, above all else, she longed to fight her way through to the guardhouse and bring Gascon's party relief.
Follow me! Move! Move!
God, Gascon, let you
Meve had expected the worst. A bloodbath, piles of corpses. Yet all in the guardhouse was eerily quiet and calm. The door to the winch room lay shattered, true. But this was the one sign there'd been any sort of struggle. What happened here? She thought. Cautiously, she entered, looking, searching for any trace of Gascon and his fighters. Instead, she spotted Willem, curled up in a corner, clutching his bloodied belly, his fingers not enough to stop all the holes. Meve tore off her cloak and went to stem the bleeding.
Willem, what happened here?
My wrongs. I sought to right them.
Wheezed the prince.
Please, forgive me.
The young prince choked on this last word, did not manage to utter it, before his eyes went dull. Moments later, her men entered the room to find the queen kneeling, pounding the wall with her fists, her eyes flooded with tears. Willem lay motionless beside her, covered by her cloak. Gascon pushed his way through the other foot soldiers. He knelt beside the queen and whispered what had happened. His unit had not managed to reach the gate in time, but Willem had. Upon seeing Lyrian forces converging on the fort, the prince had rushed to the guardhouse and opened the gate himself. By the time Nilfgaardians closed it again, it was too late. The Lyrians were through. The queen rose, her fists clenched, her shoulders rigid, her knuckles white. Her face betrayed no sorrow, no despair, just rage, hot as a forge, immeasurable.
Now's not the time to mourn.
Seethed Meve, struggling to stay calm.
Now's the time for war, for slaughter, revenge.
Oof.
With victory today, we'll recover our home, return to our kin and set our blades aside at last. Yet until victory is ours, they must drink. Drink greedily of Nilfgaardian blood!
Oh, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
The Lyrians were at the brink, near their breaking point. They'd followed Meve for thousands of miles, over snow-clad peaks, through forbidding swamps. They'd fought, survived countless battles at her side. And though their gazes were now weary, she knew they'd follow her into fire.
Your Grace, the Blackclads. They've holed themselves up in the upper keep. We went to breach the wall, alas to no avail.
Meve nodded, twirled her sword, then leapt upon a mount. Her eyes spoke pure determination.
So we'll bloody well try again.
Ugh. I mean, she just saw her child die. She is pissed beyond all reason. The walls of the upper keep were illuminated by torching and the glow of burning buildings. Even in the dark of night, Meve could easily discern the fear-twisted face of the guardian defenders. The queen wiped tears from her cheek, blackened with ash, and reached for her sword. The time had finally come to drive the Blackclads out once and for all. Oof, that is not a good mindset to go into battle. I mean, granted, there is no good mindset to go into battle, but that is pretty rough. She literally just saw her son bleed to death in front of her face. There's a lot going on to her mind right now. Let's see, I'm not quite sure what kind of battle this will be.
This is the end, Ebdahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
Okay, a unit for each player deck. Wasting video cards. Okay, so auto reveal. A unit from each player deck, if you has more power, boost an ally by 10. Okay, so obviously he boosted the immovable knights, so yes, okay. Cooldown 1. Whenever an ally is destroyed, summon another unit from your deck in this place. Limit 10 times per unit. Trick is to he's gonna bleed out his whole deck. Let's see what we got going on here.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Okay, rub it in there, asshole. Reveal deck. Of course you're just gonna have aha. Get to boost your It's okay. Okay. I shall get my turn. Ah, fuck me. Okay. That'll be a waste. Take him out so that we can take away their immunity. Okay.
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
Come on, bring them all out. Seems pretty dire for me, but it's actually not as bad as you may think. Let's see. I only have one card there. Let's leave that there for now. Okay, let's take a couple of things out, shall we? Nope, that's too easy to take out. This is 6. Trying to do the most damage. Okay, so 10, 5, 5. Right now. That's okay.
God save the Queen!
He's bleeding out his deck.
To the last!
Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And turn.
What you looking at?
Take you out. This is gonna be tough, but it's okay. It's okay.
March on.
Here's the best part. Let's use this guy, right?
I'll relieve you of that pouch. Got a death wish?
Who are my key players here?
Favourite cut of lamb? The shank. Looking to dance, mate?
Fine is he's barely used any of his cards. I am running low. He's just pulling them out from his deck.
Bigger they are, easier they are to tug.
See, he's not even pulling them from his hand. He's pulling them from his deck over there. So that means that this guy... Yeah, I've missed the mark. He is my key player. That's okay.
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
I don't know why I like this card, because I can bring him out. Okay. Let's do some damage, shall we?
What's a helmet if not a pot turned over? A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new. Hey, don't toss that, it's perfectly usable.
I'm just gonna show what I got left. And I cannot destroy any of these.
For the Queen!
Now I let it run. Okay, why do I want to move into my hand? I don't have anything that I can grab from the grave. So this at least gives me a 5-point attack. These guys are just there to be volume. I guess it would be that dude there. Okay, now I just gotta let him run.
Fools! I'm surrounded by fools!
This is where it gets ugly, because I only get like 3 cards. And he still have a full deck. I am not gonna make this. I am straight honest. I might have to redo this deck if I go back in.
Gonna need 3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well for me. Gonna have to rebuild the deck.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
This is where I get slaughtered, unfortunately. Because there's not much I can do. He's just gonna keep pulling him out from his deck. And I have no moves left. Oof.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Fuck. It's really like watching it slow down. Yeah. I lost too much time trying to kill those armies instead of trying to kill the main focal points. It's the first time I've seen any. Like, reveal's pretty common in Magic, but I've not seen it here up to this point. Okay, at least he passed this whole time. Okay, how far along?
Don't you worry yourself, you Grace. We'll get her done in no time.
Barbarians.
I only loot corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
I only have one card. One card. Hello, Pete. Oh, this is not gonna end well.
Off to the front yet again.
Fuck. He summons that guy out, I'm screwed. Plus he gets to repeat. Oh, fuck me! That card. He gets to repeat his ability. Ugh, this hurts. Oh god, this is terrible.
That was not in the spellbooks. Quiet, or the commissar will hear.
I mean, right now he's just beefing up. Yeah, I definitely lost a round. Okay, so let me load the last checkpoint. Let me see what I got in my deck. Okay, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to go through that whole spiel again. That is okay. So worst comes to worst, I'll try one more time, and then you know I can just leave the last fight for like tomorrow or Thursday. But I must definitely need to rebuild my deck. Okay, so he has a high multiplier. Let me see. Where's my tissue? Alright, let's take a look. This is like the battle, like the final battle. It's truly like a commander deck. Okay. So my normal shenanigans will not work here now. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's remove you out. I'm gonna use you. Keeping him, keeping him. He comes in handy, but he doesn't pull out enough. Don't work very well for this. Okay. You know what works pretty good, believe it or not? If I can line him up. Where are you? I need multiple attackers. Where are you? Okay, let's build some cards, shall we? Takes a little while to build up. I got all the resources. I'll get whatever I want. Okay, puts me at 291. Okay. Boost self by 7. He might be another really good 1.5, but get rid of a couple of these then. Forager is good. See, trinket wise, how can I use this? Nasty as hell. Let's see. Permanent resilience. Seize a bronze enemy unit. After 6 turns when you start, return to hand. Okay, that one always stays in the field. Okay, permanent resilience. Order damage the lowest enemy by 2. Repeat until charges are depleted. Every turn on your start, increase charge count by 1. On your end, set charge to 0. So this is great, but let's get something that attacks, shall we? Okay, return an ally from the battlefield to your hand. This is a good one too. These two are great. I'm keeping these in. Maybe pull that one out. This might come in handy if it comes in. Boost a unit by 10. Heal an ally strength by 10. Damage to enemies by 3. Wait, clear a random bronze from each deck. Too many trinkets. The bear. Okay, spawn and play. This one was a pretty good one too. Do you bounce units from opponent decks on your side and lock them? Give me a... Let's see, restore all enemies. Damage by 10. Can I get more than one card? I can get one. Let's see. Spawn 3 copies of a Death Wish unit on the battlefield, then destroy them. What would this be good for? What card can this possibly go with? Problem with this one backfires sometimes. If you're not tracking it right, it could cost more damage. Transfer an enemy to a jade figure. Mark a unit boosted by 10. After 3 turns to start, destroy that unit and self. Damage your enemies by 1 and boost an ally by the amount of damage. That might not be bad. Ugh, excuse me. I'm just nasty over here. Okay. Fortunately, a lot of these are gold. Banish any number of units from your graveyard and damage all the units in a row. Banish. Damage an enemy by the total number of enemy units. That might not be too bad to have. Take one of you out. Take that out. You. Reynard. Poor Reynard. So this fight might take me a couple rounds to figure it out. Let's see. How do we use this one? I'm gonna try one more time. It's the end of my day, but try one more time and then we'll see where it goes. Okay. Now my question is, if I send the other guy with a kid die, I'm curious.
Maeve's closest advised an army, an immense.
Damn it!
Our scout. We must easily.
What do you
I'm curious.
out of the question?
Or
Suppose for a moment I know we're.
Rivia. I know that.
Wait.
The same. A small.
What that?
They would need
Rain it.
Perhaps.
And I'm to choose to send.
You needn't choose.
Bloody
And you've a bet.
Of course.
Beg your pardon.
Face it. Apart from.
Okay, I'm curious. Just because I get the chance to do this.
Gascon. The winch for the main gate. Where exactly is it?
Somewhere in that general area would be my, educated guess.
Reynard?
In the left side tower, upper floor, behind a steel grate.
That settles it. Your readiness I value, Gascon, to be sure. But Reynard will lead this assault.
I thank you for placing your trust in me, Your Grace.
Oh God, please tell me he doesn't die.
It is I who thank you for all you've done. God speed you on your way, and please, don't get killed.
Reynard had little trouble finding volunteers. In fact, more troops came forth than he could possibly take. They set off in the dark toward the castle, the light of its lanterns blurred by the evening mist.
Okay, I'm curious.
Maeve watched anxiously as the boats glided away, her heart pounding in her ears. All depended on this mission. The fate of her realms, perhaps all the North, the lives of her troops, and her own. Now there was naught she could do but wait.
Good luck,
she whispered, gazing at the fortress walls, cloaked by the dark that seemed to surround all now. The Lyrians prepared for battle, their silence absolute, in darkness, illuminated only by the pale light of the moon. Maeve was restless. She paced nervously in a circular pattern. Oh, finally, a torch's faint glow appeared atop the towering walls. It disappeared, then glowed again, and one more time around.
Okay, so far it's pretty
Maeve
similar.
leapt in the air, and as she did so, barely stifled a cry of utter joy.
They made it. It worked.
Moments later, Lyrians in the hundreds burst from the trees. Then they heard chains, grinding and clinking, and the sound sent shivers down their spines. Bewildered, they watched the main gate rise as the attacking force rushed forth. Maeve had begun the day known as a great warrior. Yet by night's end, legend was the cloak she wore.
Okay.
Her shield stopped powerful blow after blow as her blade found gaps in her foe's black armor.
Oh, maybe
At
he
first,
died.
Nilfgaardians scoured the fray in search of the Queen, hoping to prove great heroes. Soon, she was their chief scourge, and they began to flee before her blade that sung their death. What was this extraordinary vigor that surged through Maeve? Naturally, she wished to liberate her castle and realm, drive off the invaders, defeat the arrogant General Epdahi. But in that moment, above all else, she longed to fight her way through to the guardhouse and bring Reynard's party relief.
Follow me! Move! Move!
Maeve had expected the worst, a bloodbath, piles of corpses. Yet all in the guardhouse was eerily quiet and calm. The door to the winch room lay shattered.
Died.
But this was the one sign there'd been any sort of struggle.
Oh.
What happened here? She thought. Cautiously, she entered, looking, searching for any trace of Reynard and his men. Instead, she spotted Willem, curled up in a corner, clutching his bloodied belly, his fingers not enough to stop all the holes. Maeve tore off her cloak and went to stem the bleeding.
He's still, no matter who you send, he still died. That's terrible.
Willem, what happened here?
sought to right.
wheezed the prince.
Please, forgive me.
The young prince choked on this last word, did not manage to utter it, before his eyes went dull. Moments later, her men entered the room to find the queen kneeling, pounding the wall with her fists, her eyes flooded with tears. Willem lay motionless beside her, covered by her cloak. Reynard pushed his way through the other foot soldiers. He knelt beside the queen and whispered what had happened. His unit had not managed to reach the gate in time, but Willem had. Upon seeing Lyrian forces converging on the fort, the prince had rushed to the guardhouse and opened the gate himself. By the time Nilfgaardians closed it again, it was too late. The Lyrians were through. The queen rose, her fists clenched, her shoulders rigid, her knuckles white. Her face betrayed no sorrow, no despair, just rage, hot as a forge, immeasurable.
Now's not the time to mourn.
Seethed Meave, struggling to stay calm.
Now's the time for war, for slaughter, revenge. With victory today, we'll recover our home, return to our kin and set our blades aside at last. Yet until victory is ours, they must drink. Drink greedily of Nilfgaardian blood!
The Lyrians were at the brink, near their breaking point. They'd followed me for thousands of miles, over snow-clad peaks, through forbidding swamps. They'd fought, survived countless battles at her side. And though their gazes were now weary, she knew they'd follow her into fire.
Your Grace, the Blackclads. They've holed themselves up in the upper keep. We went to breach the wall, alas to no avail.
Meave nodded, twirled her sword, then leapt upon a mount. Her eyes spoke pure determination.
So will bloody well try again.
Okay. So regardless if you send in, her son dies. There's no saving him. That's a bloody shame. Come all that way and to watch her son die. Well, at least you got to say goodbye. Either way, it's not good. I mean, this guy's nasty. Okay, what do I have here?
This is the end of Darhi. Do you hear me?
I didn't get what I wanted.
I shall stick your head on a pike!
Evil ass.
A unit from each player deck and the castle deck. Okay. To 3 turns when you start, repeat the deploy ability. He's the one I gotta take out. Every turn you start, boost adjacent unit by 1. Gotta take him out too. If in hand, deck or another battlefield strengthens itself by 2 whenever an enemy unit appears on the range row. Range row. Okay. Kickers.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls. Oh!
Lucky me.
Retreat!
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
Blood washes away all shame!
Damage on enemy by the total number of enemy units. Okay. Oh, he's dormant right now. Really? All that for that? Really? It's alright. What do I want to bring up next? I wonder. Just a dumb and just me being dumb. Well, I don't really have that card, so from my deck, so I cannot play that. That'd be a waste.
Hey, hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Notice I'm not using a lot of these this time around. It's okay. Still ringing him from over his deck. God, it's a tough fight. Cause he's not even touching his hand. What the fuck? Whenever an ally is destroyed, summon another unit from your deck in place. A unit from each player deck. If your hand reveal a unit from each other's deck. If your hand has more power, boost an ally by 10. It only has a cooldown of 1, so he does it every time. Yeah, he's not bringing anybody from his hand. Let's move you back to my hand. So this... It almost feels like this. I'm not meant to win this battle. I'm pretty sure there's a way to defeat it, but
Necessity. Invention's mum.
Oh, good. I took away your fucking healer. Great. Highness, he's still not drawing from his deck. Yeah, he's just bleeding his deck dry.
Favourite cut of lamb? The shank.
Yeah, so even if I win the first round, I will lose the rest of the rounds. Hey, what's up, gun buddy? Yeah, coming over to me get my ass beat. Woohoo! Yeah, this has not been good to me.
Looking to dance, mate? What you looking at? I'll relieve you of that pouch.
God, it's just so fucking nasty. Like,
Got a death wish?
I really don't know how to defeat him. Because I will get him in numbers here, but because he keeps drawing from his deck and not from his hand. But it makes sense because, okay, so this is what's so infuriating about this. I have a feeling I'm not really meant to win this battle. Mainly because he is equipped with a much bigger army. Notice how he is not depleting his resources. So none of my cards can do what he is doing at his ability. None. Unless one of his cards or one of my cards is not able. So right now he is beating me by endurance.
I'm surrounded by fools!
Yeah. That's all I can do for the time being. Yes, got 15 and a 6.
Alba!
Pass, unfortunately. This might be the death for me. Yeah. Alright, well, you know what? I gave him my best shot. Now I get the good cards. Okay. Okay, real quick. What do I have in here? What do I want to bring back? I'm gonna bring back him. I'm gonna get rid of his ass. Okay.
God!
something from nothing, it's exactly what I do.
Let's bring you in, shall we? I need to use that right now.
Barbarians.
Okay, so we only bring... Damage to units and above and units of armor. You should be done. Why are you still holding? I'm holding by 2 cards versus 6. It's gonna be rough. But it was a good strategy to bring in this card in now. What am I missing? Oh.
Oh, a shame to let this be waste.
Well, that backfired.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Fuck. Fuck. Oh, God. I was so close. Okay, this card's gonna fuck me up because it's gonna average them out. Yep. I am toast. I am toast. Yeah. I was defeated. You know what? I'm gonna skip the battle. That was a pretty good try though. I gave it 2 rounds.
Nilfgaard had the upper hand, yet the black-clad spirits had suffered. They now made more use of shields than of swords. When Meve finally broke through their line, they raised their arms in surrender. Rivia Castle had fallen. It was hers once more.
Trocker! Name to win!
Meve showed her prisoners of war mercy, knowing full well they'd only followed orders. Death would be the fate of only Ardal ep Dahi, the one Nilfgaardian who'd issued those commands. Alas, the general had disappeared. A prisoner revealed ep Dahi had fled as soon as the Lyrians had surged towards the upper keep. He had glided down to the lower castle in a wicker basket for transporting food.
Jesus.
Curled up beneath potato skins and other scraps, he'd scurried away not unlike a common maggot.
Jesus.
Meve cursed her luck and leaned back against a merlin. Dawn was yet a few hours off, but the horizon had already begun to glow blood red. The Nilfgaardian reserves now drew near, too late to prevent the castle's fall.
I'll get him,
muttered the queen, more to herself than anyone else.
I swear on all that's sacred I'll catch the bastard. But now we've a pressing matter to see to. Preparing the defense.
That night the war turned, with the battle for Rivia Castle as its fulcrum. Meve's great victory, not only retaking the stronghold in a single evening, but also fending off a further invading army, proved the Nilfgaardian Colossus had feet of clay. The armies of the north had united and now seemed to be on the attack everywhere. Imperial forces, while still far more numerous, lay stretched over thousands of miles. Their position was untenable, and Nilfgaard's commanders knew this. In a decisive battle, they yet stood a chance, so they gave said battle, and suffered a resounding defeat. Just a few months on from that memorable night in Rivia, the Imperial army was in utter disarray. Aldersburg, the fortress, remained a last point of resistance. General Epdahi and what had survived of Army Group East had dug in there. This place, where Nilfgaard had triumphed grandly in the war's early days, would now bear witness to its impending defeat. It seems history, after all, has a sense of justice, or humor, or both. Though Meve had already reclaimed her realm, she refused to retire her sword just yet. For King Demavend had requested her aid in purging Edirn of the invader. How could she refuse? She owed the king a favor, firstly.
Yep.
Yet she also had a burning desire to settle the score with Epdahi.
Demavend's envoy and I spoke, Your Majesty. The king has Aldersburg surrounded. He awaits and won't begin the assault till you arrive.
Good. I truly hate to miss it. Tell the troops to prepare. Gear and ire.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yes? Is there something else?
Pardon my boldness, Your Grace, but I can't help but be concerned. You don't sleep. You've the air of illness about you.
Reynard, I just buried my son, who died in my arms, goddammit.
Yes. Died a hero. Your Majesty, I wasn't sure Willem could ever wash away the shame. He'd betrayed his country, his mother, aligned with the fiercest of our foes. But his actions in Rivia washed away his wrongs. Willem showed himself worthy to be called your son. I don't say any of this to deepen your grief, Your Majesty. I mean merely for you to be proud of him.
You're right. I thank you, Reynard. That I needed to hear.
The fact is, you know, and you see this all the time on the news. It's like, I'm sorry, it's kind of sad. You can be the best parent on earth and your kids are going to do what they're going to do. Was she kind of hard-headed? Yes. Did the son thought he was doing what thought was best? Yes. Did it have to end this way? I don't see how there was another choice. I mean, it's unfortunate her son died, but he did the right thing at the end. The fact is, it was not for her to blame herself for her son's action, who literally betrayed country and her. It's a choice he made. You know, that was his mom. And maybe it was out of fear, maybe it was out of inexperience, maybe it was just bad advice. We've all been there when we were younger. We've always had that person that we trusted that gave us bad advice at some point. If you did not, you were very lucky. But once in a while, I used to get some bad advice. The good part is I didn't follow people to the word. I just sat there and I thought about it. And some advice was good. Some advice I chose to not to do, and it was a good thing. So it truly is a really sad ending. It really is. So the fact for him to tell us, like, you know, just be proud of your son. He redeemed himself at the end, and he had an honorable death. That's good. You know, she has now. It might be bad because she's getting ready to go into battle, and she needs her rage to destroy and decimate everything. But at least she is going to battle in peace. So yes,
we've talked enough. We must march on to Aldersburg.
Concerning.
Your Grace, if I may. Some of our comrades in arms would like a word with you. The war nears its end. Paths are likely to diverge.
I see. Thank you. I shall stop by the mess tent later.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. Is this a new map? Oh, this is a new map. Oh, this is a new map. Very short one. Scouts. Look at all that loot. Loot. Alright, so now people are rebuilding. Okay, not too bad. So I think this is a really good stopping point. I hated the fact that I couldn't finish that last battle, but it was my feeling was if you could defeat him, that would have been great. I couldn't figure out the strategy to defeat him. I have some good nights and I have some bad nights. And I mean, I did pretty good in some of the lower battles, but that battle, especially with his summoning, where he was not draining down his deck, that I didn't have anything to counter that at the moment. I just don't. I got pretty close with the archers, but at least I got to see both sides of the story. That regardless of who I send out in there, it did make a difference. And unfortunately, Vellum died, and that's just a sad story. But if you ever read The Witcher, it is truly full of. Oh, you play the game too. It's just a lot of sad stories. It's like when you play Fallout 4 or any of the Fallout games. There's a story and it seems like, yay, we're in the apocalypse. Yeah, it does, but there's a lot of sad stories all over the game. You know, they're kind of gritty but it feels kind of real sometimes because let's be honest, life is not fair. There's not just because you're good doesn't mean things are gonna go your way. Bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. That's just the way life is. So, but good story so far. I thought I was gonna finish the game tonight, but I guess not. But honestly, I am not complaining. I have been enjoying the hallelujah out of this game, and I probably will get a chance to go back, replay it, and this time actually keep all the characters that I passed on because I kind of regret letting go of Rayla, but at the time she was just out of control, stabbing people, doing things, so it was no good either. But anyway guys, I appreciate you guys joining me, and I will talk to you guys later. I gotta go to bed. So have a good night, and thank you for joining me and doing kudos and stuff. I appreciate you guys. Night night.